And when you go about creating real, long content, long form content, you must follow the following. This is a checklist. You need to firstly have original content, which means the content was first found on your site by Google. So if you write some content on your blog and you go and put the same content in another forum, and Google indexes that forum before it indexes your site, then your site's going to have duplicate content. So make sure the content is original on your site. The images that you post are original also. That's very important. So if you're just going to lift off images from stock sites or copy them from other sites and insert them on your site, it's not going to hurt your site as much, but it won't help it. And the way you boost your on-page content is by being unique also. So one trick is you can take images and just flip them around horizontally, or Photoshop them a little bit, or visit a YouTube video on your topic and hit pause when it's at the right frame and just copy, do a screen capture of the video area and then copy that and use that image, because that image would be original then, because it won't be in Google's image index. I would say minimum 800 plus words is also important, although I would recommend about 1250 to 3000 words, depending on what kind of post you're making. I would recommend at least 5 to 7 images on every post that you make. I would recommend one video embedded in each post. I would recommend 4 or more words in the title. That's important. Don't keep the title too short. I would recommend one H1 tag at least. I mean, you need to have an H1 tag. Just make sure you do that. And then you can have your H2, H3, and H4 tags. Make sure you break up your content into these different subheadings. They're very important. And when you break it into these subheadings, make sure you include your LSI keywords into those subheadings. The other keywords that you found related to the primary keyword for this particular post, you need to start inserting those in the H2, H3, and H4 tags. Make sure you have proper grammar. I mean, that's really important. And if your English is not that great, then install Grammarly, which is a really neat plugin it's an extension for Chrome and for Firefox, and I believe it's free, the basic version, and that'll help you fix your grammar. Make sure the spellings on your site are proper. I mean, if you're going to be having a lot of spelling mistakes on your site, then Google's going to look at that's going to work against you. If you have supplementary content, which is content that's hidden, like in accordions or in sidebar or in the footer area, then just make sure you, or in the navigation also, then just make sure that the content in the this supplementary content that appears in these different areas is relevant to the primary content. That's very important. It has to be relevant. So if you have a specific area of your site that talks about a sub niche of the main niche, make sure all the related articles that appear on your site appear as links in the sidebars, in the sidebar widgets. That's important, and that's how you silo your site, because you're telling Google that this entire cluster of pages, all these pages are about the same topic and they're all related, and the link juice is going to pass down quite a bit when you do that, and that's going to help in your rankings.